Hey, what's up, guys? In this video series, we are going to be processing a vocal. It's going to be a dry vocal, meaning that there's no EQ or compression on it. It is dry. It is captured directly from the interface. And to accompany it, we have a guitar. This is from a single take, generously provided by T-Nile for the sake of this video. And yeah, it's going to be a fun little journey to make it sit well in the mix. So I'll give you an idea of what it sounds like now.
Well, some say be the change you want to see in the world. I've found something better, so I walk with you and I laugh with you, whatever the weather.
Right? So, the vocal, it's a little bit too upfront. There's a lot of low end, mid range, someone call it muddiness, and there's a lot of sibilance. So that brings us to the first thing that we do. So generally, vocal chains consist of dynamics control, EQ, and then time bass effects, right? So dynamics would be a compressor. And what is a compressor? It is your de-esser. A de-esser is a fancy single band compressor where it detects the sibilance, the S's and the T's, things that, as we process, the S's will become really harsh. So we'll give you an example of what that is. I'm using the FabFilter Pro DS because it's right off the bat one of the better de-essers I've used. And I'm going to go to a part where there's quite a few S's sequentially, and we can see what's going on here. So the Pro DS does a really good job of detecting the S's, and you'll see it right away.
We're just like the earth.
I want to turn it on.
We're just like the earth circles the sun, sunshine circles you.
Right, so those green parts are the S's that it's detecting. We can also hit audition, and yeah, we'll zoom in right here. Right, those are the S's, and we want to kind of tame those a bit. So I'll turn off audition. It's detected them quite well with a threshold, so I'll just leave it. And I'll just increase the range. And as I increase the range, it'll attenuate those S's in particular and bring them down. We're going to be maybe going back and adjusting the range later on as we process and compress the vocal. The S's will kind of creep back up. So it's easy to kind of go back and adjust these right here. It's a really useful tool, and it's necessary so you don't make people's ears bleed. Sibilance is not a good thing. Typically, condenser microphones have a lot more sibilance, so you might want to use that a little bit more, or just be aware of it, really. So yeah, let's bring down the range and see what's going on.
We're just like the earth circles the sun.
Right, so we're getting 3.7 dB of gain reduction. It might not be enough, so I'm going to increase the range.
We're just like the earth circles the sun, sunshine circles you.
I want it to sound like transparent, meaning that I don't want it to sound too obvious.
We're just like the earth circles the sun.
Right, circles the sun.
Earth circles the sun.
Turn that off.
Earth circles the sun.
Right.
Earth circles the sun, sunshine circles you.
Right. That sounds pretty good so far. So the general idea, what we'll do is we'll actually oversample it just because I can. The general idea is, again, processing vocals is dynamics, EQ, and then effects. And then after that, some other stuff, which we'll get into. So dynamics and EQ. The de-esser, again, I think I've already said this, the de-esser is just another form of dynamics. You want the dynamics before the EQ, because if you have the EQ before the dynamics and you make changes to the EQ, it will affect how the dynamics detection in these compressors work. If you have the EQ after, doesn't affect anything, right? So they kind of can, so just to save you a headache, you change one thing, something else happens. Generally, you have your compressor before your EQ, just to avoid any headaches. Anyway, that's it for this part. Hope you learned stuff. Take care. Have a good one, and we'll be back.